We're back at it for a Tuesday after your May-long weekend. It looks as if summer is unofficially underway. Welcome into the Beach House Beach Bunker. I'm Tyler Glen, and this is the show about food and fun places and the mayhem of life. Oh, the number 55. Shifley's number, $55,000 raised over the weekend. Yes, the Jets are out, but there was some nice news to go along with that. We were looking for the silver lining on all these clouds, and there were a lot of clouds this weekend. Hope your team won. I hope you're an Oilers fan. Leafs are out. Jets are out. And my mail is gone as of Friday, and yours will be too. Happy Tuesday. That feels like a Monday. Welcome, welcome. Well, we are going to have some fun. The Calgary Stampede has unveiled its list of fair food. Now, our fair happens a lot quicker than the Calgary Stampede. We got to wait till July to beat the Stampede, and June is our summer fair. We're going to talk fair foods, some of the good fair foods that you've had over the years, maybe some that missed the mark, and we'll take a look at some of the Franken foods that Calgary's going to be offering at this year's Stampede. Also, speaking of Franken food, this is a hot, really hot food out of Hungary. If two of our favorite foods had a baby, pizza and donuts, had a baby, what would that be like? Well, it would be one of the hottest foods in Europe. How long before it makes its debut on this side of the ocean? We'll take a look at that this morning. We'll introduce you to TikTok's new invisible phone. Also, we'll introduce you to a man who has traveled every country on Earth without ever once boarding an airplane. I'll leave that with you for a second. Yes, he went to every single country on the planet without getting on a plane. We'll introduce you to the summer's hottest new roller coaster. It is so scary that hardcore roller coaster riders are saying, I think we're going to skip this one. It's just too much that the heart can take, and we'll virtually ride it together on the show today. Squishmallows are back at Mickey D's, and what to do if you're stuck in an airport overnight. There's now a website set up to tell you about all the neat things you could do at each airport. We'll introduce you to that, and if you're ever stuck in an airport overnight, you'll know where to go. You're going to want to bookmark that. Let's take a look outside, and kind of a continuation of our crappy weather from the long weekend. Not the greatest long weekend weather-wise. I know I'd promised a little bit of sunshine, and we didn't really see a whole lot of it. Didn't see a whole lot of heat either. It was more like maybe Thanksgiving weekend than even any kind of spring or summer weekend. But hopefully things will get better as time goes on. That's generally how it works around these parts. That for July long, it's good. August long and September long are much better than the May long weekend. But I digress. We've got rain. That is welcome news as people return to Lac du Bonnet. I think that 150 go back on Sunday and a few dozen on Monday and more going back today. So we are slowly starting to see fire restrictions lift. I know in Winnipeg they lifted the fire or just did not continue their fire restrictions in Winnipeg. So the whole fire thing is starting to get better. The cold weather and the rain really helped that. I know it messed up a lot of long weekends, but it made the forest fire situation at least manageable in the southern part of the province. So there's some good news. There we go. Your bills won't be arriving by mail. That's good news. Rain today and 5. We'll have cloud for Wednesday, 12. We will get warm, but it'll be the weekend. We'll have the weekend. We'll have weekend weather return to warm conditions, but it's going to be a wait. It's definitely a spring week this week. Thursday will be our nicest day. Mix of sun and cloud. Might get the lawn mowed on Thursday. She's getting pretty long. I need to either buy a combine or get a cow. Can't seem to get out there between rain showers. So Thursday might be that day. And then Friday, some rain to end the week. And then Saturday, more rain. So you wanted rain, you got rain and cool temperatures. That is definitely going to help out the firefighting situation. And the nice thing is winds have calmed the F down. Those winds were nuts. Not so bad over the weekend, but man, it's spring and fall are just too windy for this guy. Too much. So that is what the weather is looking like for us this week. We do have some rain showers in the area, as you can see on your radar there. And we expect rain throughout the day today with a high of 6 degrees, actually, and will continue right through into this evening as well. Okay, let's see who we've got to say good morning to in chat. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm sorry about the Jets loss and the Leafs loss. We're down to the Oilers now. I don't have an Oilers jersey, although I lived in Alberta for a year. I wasn't there long enough to qualify as an Oilers fan. But, the Oilers are Canada's team now in the NHL playoffs. And, of course, with the cooler temperatures and evacuations and news on the boat ban at Clear Lake, it was I don't know how you would describe this weekend in a word. Subdued. It was a subdued May-long weekend. But I hope that you got some downtime, some rest and relaxation. Pebbles is here this morning on Twitch, along with Polar Bear and Road Reverend and Tracy Rogers here too, all on Twitch this morning. We'll move over to Twitch exclusively for hour 2 of the show, and hour 1 we're over on Facebook and YouTube and X and of course Twitch. Molly is here too on Twitch. Good morning, Molly. Nice to see you. Cindy's here too. Hope you had a great weekend, Cindy. It's also, yes, Pebbles, Taste It Tuesday, and we've got more meats to try. It's all about the meats. May is meat month. We are supposed to be at the grill barbecuing, so we'll be sampling some beautiful meats once again from our friends at Co-ops of Westman. Thanks for that reminder. It's National Streaming Day today, too. That's right. Jody is here on Facebook. Mavis over on Facebook. Hi, Loretta. You're on Facebook, too. Nice to see you this morning. Oh, thanks for your nice words on Twitch there, Pebbles. That means a lot. Oh, thank you. You're the best, too, Pebbles. You're awesome, too. Twitch, Quentin is over on Twitch along with KD4380 this morning. Angie's over on Facebook. Nick is here on Facebook to help start the show. Good morning, good morning. It was a lazy long weekend. Well, Molly's got the big long weekend, the Memorial Day, and we are going to take a look at movies that were big at the box office this past weekend. And this weekend is really a big one. And there are 2 movies that are going to go head-to-head this weekend, being the Memorial Day weekend, really next to Next to the Christmas season, Memorial Day is the kickoff of the biggest time of the year for movies. So if you're going to be going to the movies this weekend, we'll stick around. We'll have a quick preview for you coming up on the show today. Debbie Kynock is here. Good morning. Happy Tuesday over on Facebook. Hi, Debbie. Nick says, part of me wishes it were Thanksgiving. I know why. Oh, I thought it was food related. Then I'd be on holidays and watching this in full. Yeah, I thought you were saying, I need some turkey and some stuffing in me. Bernice Kennedy, happy Soggy Tuesday over on Facebook. Patricia is here on Facebook. Good morning. Hi. Ron is over on X. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nick says Oilers is one of 5 teams and only Canadian team that I currently don't have a jersey for. Wow, we got to fill that hole real quick. Really? You don't have an Oilers jersey? Wow. Well, this could definitely be a reason to pick one up. It looks like, they're going to be Canada's team going forward. It was tough loss for the Jets over the weekend, and it was a tough loss for Leafs fans too. Boy, Leafs. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I felt bad for them. Fans were leaving with 10 minutes left in the game. It was just a disaster. Oh, my God. You get your hopes up so high. They come to play, and then all of a sudden, they just completely fold like a cheap tent. Oh, my gosh. Quentin needs an update. He said that, so is everyone an Oilers fan? Now he's trying to keep up. Yes, everyone is so Quentin, we call hockey Canada's game. And in so doing, that means that there is this incredible appetite nationwide to hoist the Stanley Cup, which is the trophy that is awarded to the NHL team that wins the championship. Even though our Winnipeg Jets had the best season, never happened before, by the way. They won what's called the President's Cup. I think that's like the cup you pee in at the dentist's office. You're peeing in the cup at the dentist now. Oh, trying to joke. They don't even connect. Anyway, President's Cup is small. Stanley Cup is big. And the Stanley Cup has not been hoisted on Canadian soil as part of a hockey game anyway. I mean, it's made its rounds because of people that have played on the American teams. And so the nation is not only losing patience. Patience was the 2000s. Now we are losing hope. We are losing hope. We may never see the Stanley Cup raised in Canada ever again. It may be one of those things that is lost forever. It's as tough to claim as the World Series trophy. In fact, I think the Blue Jays have won the World Series more than Canadian teams have won the Stanley Cup certainly since 1990. So what happens is in the playoffs, it's not very often we have so many Canadian teams. Thus we did. Of course, everyone runs to their corner, cheers for their respective team. And then we see how well they can do. And then there's one team that usually emerges, sometimes two, that becomes Canada's team. And then we all jump on that bandwagon because it's elbows up. Remember, elbows up, mask on, love your neighbor. Hockey's our game. We can do this. We got your backs. There's a long list of things we have to do. But at the end of the day, we cheer for the last Canadian team. And that is Connor McJesus and the Edmonton Oilers. Would have been nice had it been the Jets, but it was not meant to be. It was not. And as Janine says, it's the President's Cup curse. True, I think it was Chicago, like 20 years ago, was the only team to actually win the league and then go on to win the Cup. So hopefully that brings you up to speed. We're moving to yesterday's good thing, and actually it is still with hockey because right before the Jets game, it was very, very sad news. that Mark Scheifele's dad passed away. I can't imagine that. Having something like that, it's the eve of the biggest night of your career, and something like that happens. Absolute gut punch. And so immediately coaches were over at the hotel saying, hey, you know what? We'll do whatever we can do. After the game was done, the owner of the Dallas Stars gave Mark Scheifele his private jet, which he flew home to be with family. Immediately following the game, there was no waiting around. He just got on the jet and he was gone. But this is so awesome. You know, we talk about the Jets losing their game this weekend, and I will always remember that number 55 lost something so much more important than a hockey game. He lost his dad. And the Dallas Stars fans immediately went online and started donating money to the Jets Kids Foundation, the True North Foundation. They basically Googled what the Jets charity foundation is and just started making donations in Mark's dad's name, and it ended up being $55,000. And not just that, Kids Sport Canada was also reporting several donations being made by Dallas Stars fans on behalf of, in remembrance of Mark's dad, Brad Scheifele. One supporter in Dallas galvanized the initiative by suggesting fellow fans donate $55 as a nod to Player 55. And the donations just kept coming in. As of Sunday afternoon, the True North Youth Foundation had received over 800 donations totaling more than $55,000 in Scheifele's memory. The True North Youth Foundation will use donations to create a scholarship in Brad Scheifele's memory. And that's pretty awesome. That is so awesome. And so that starts off yesterday's good thing. Molly follows that up. Got to see her favorite DJ on Friday. He and his family made me feel so welcomed. It's probably my top 10 favorite nights of my life. Yeah! That is fantastic. Hey, if you say it was one of the top 10 nights of your life, that's just the greatest. I'm glad you had such an amazing weekend. Then yesterday, called my friend for 5 hours. Holy crap. 5 hours. I don't know if I could talk to anybody for 5 hours. Well, I guess I talked to you for 2 hours. But 5 hours? We never talked on the phone before. I think it's going to be a regular thing. Same energy as me, and we could talk about anything. I love it. And I think it's just so fantastic because, Molly, I consider you a young person, which you are, and I just think it's fantastic. It's like I talked on that. We used to do that quite a bit, actually, before social media came along. We would spend not 5 hours, but an hour or two was pretty easy to burn through if you were talking on the phone with somebody, and it was the day before social media. That is awesome. That is a great way to start yesterday's good thing. Good morning, Ryan. Nice to see you. Quentin connected with Porky Jr. at the campground. Well, I hope he fed you. It's one thing to meet him. He's always got good vittles. What's he up to? He's in the witness protection program. That's okay. That's why he uses Porky Jr. as a name, but he's got vittles. Oh, yeah, he knows how to get it done on the grill. That's for sure. Cindy says, GT, full fun weekend, bridal shower, sister's birthday wedding social, fishing at the Narrows. Oh, my gosh. Everybody's got their winter parkas on. Doing some fishing this weekend. Did you catch anything good? Were the frying pans filled with butter and pickerel? Nice. May long weekend. Swinging the golf club in the Maple Leafs toque. which has now been replaced with a Jets toque. Oh, and there is the crew. Happy 65th birthday to Julie. Oh, and it was shortly after this, a cake was rolled in and a dancing firefighter apparently jumped out. That is how you have a party, girls. Very nice. Very nice weekend stuff. Hi, Lindy. Hope you had a nice weekend. Pebbles GT went to Rossburn, spent the weekend with my mom and stepdad. Had a great weekend out. That is fantastic. Good job. Molly says, I love talking on the phone with the right people. Talking on the phone. Man. Oh, I remember those days. Talking on the phone. Leon's Furniture Superstore, 3635 Victoria Avenue in Brandon. If you're looking for furniture, appliances, electronics, you know where to go. The west end of town for the Spring Into Comfort sale. An opportunity for you to save some big bucks if you're looking for clearance mattresses. Save up to 50%. Select sofas, save up to 50%. They've got special pricing on appliances, too. Save $1,000 when you spend $6,500 or more on select major appliances. This sale continues, I believe, till Thursday at Leon's. Proudly Canadian, and don't pay till 2027 with 0% interest and no monthly payments. Ask about the FlexiCard at Leon's, 3635 Victoria Avenue in Brandon. At Sunrise Credit Union, with 19 area branch locations to serve you, scholarship deadline is quickly approaching, okay? They're giving away over $24,000 in scholarships at Sunrise Credit Union. It's expensive to go to school, and some of that cash could certainly top things up for you. So apply today for a Sunrise Credit Union scholarship, but the deadline is at the end of the month. So hurry, hurry, hurry to sunrisecu.mb.ca and claim your share of the $24,000 in scholarships up for grabs. And the Elkhorn Resort Clarso Nordic Spa at beautiful Riding Mountain National Park. Spa and golf. Escape to relaxation. Indulge in the ultimate getaway with the spa and golf package. A 2-night stay in a deluxe room. 2 Clarso Nordic Spa passes to ease those sore muscles after swinging clubs. And 2 golf passes for $596. Want to stay longer? Get 3 nights for $766. Some restrictions apply. They've got all kinds of great packages available for you at the Elkhorn Resort Clarso Nordic Spa, the golf package being one of them. They've got a newlywed package, a nature lovers package, and more. Go to elkhornresort.mb.ca. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Bernice. Twitch won't let me into chat. My email changed, and now it won't recognize my phone number. Okay, well, if you keep struggling with that later in the day, can you send me a DM? I'll see if I can work my magic. Work my magic. I know I helped Denise, or not Denise. I got Bernice on the... Debbie needed some help, and we got through that. We'll get it all done for you. We'll get it all done. Yesterday's good thing. Yesterday's... And it can incorporate the entire weekend if you had some good things going on. Oh, and Tasha's got pictures. Weekend pictures. Tosh says she did see some sunshine. There it is. I think I see it. Under the cloud, Monday. Yeah, there's a little bit of sunshine. There was a little bit of sunshine on the weekend. Oh, and pancakes. Yes, for the month. Oh, boy, you guys do breakfast right. Look at that. Turkey, bacon, plus real bacon, plus sausages, plus. It's fantastic. Very nice. Yeah, no kidding, Hart. Oh, and there's Tosh. Nice little picture of our Tosh. Very good. Very good. Yesterday's good thing. And, of course, we had Dizzy's birthday party. Not really a party. It was more of a birthday ice cream cone. And he had a bit of a tough day yesterday, but we let him have basically whatever he wanted. Dizzy is he's fighting cancer, and he is now we're into weeks, not days, not months. It's weeks/days, so we really don't know. Just depends on his ability to get around, eating, sleeping, peeing, pooping, stuff like that. You know how that is if you have a dog that's very sick. But he was not too sick to enjoy a birthday ice cream cone. I love this picture. You wouldn't even know how sick he is. No, you said ice cream, Daddy? I got ice cream. I'll get some ice cream in me, Daddy.
To you, happy birthday, dear Dizzy. Happy birthday.
Oh, quit it with the happy birthday.
Go. Speak. Oh. Speak, Dizzy. Oh, yeah. Speak. Oh. Speak. Just yeah, it's because.
Yay. To now, the reason she's saying speak, because, again, that's one of those things that he doesn't do as much anymore. But he would be whenever there's something good to be had. And, well, it doesn't get much better than ice cream. There he is with Lippy. Sweetheart. In his little hat. And he got a present. And he opens all his presents. Boy, we're sure going to miss that every time there's presents to be opened. He goes crazy. Rips the bags open. There's crap everywhere. And then he gets his toy, and he loves his toy. He puts his head down on his little toy there. He says, I love my little toy. So that was a good thing. And every day is good that we have Dizzy with us for as long as we can. Emil says, got a lot done his way. Grass cutting, the lawnmower started like he just put it away. Oh, I'm always nervous about that. Oh, yeah. Getting the lawnmower out for the first time. Derek says, I had a good birthday Sunday as well. Yes, happy belated birthday to you, too. Were you eating ice cream, too? We celebrated with some East Side and some music and some bands. That is awesome. Blessed Mama, good morning. So cute. Well, thank you. You're not so bad yourself. You're not so. Oh, you mean the dog? Oh, of course. Yeah, I knew that for sure. Hey, thanks for your good things, guys. Let's go to Greece today for our beach break as we get things rolling on a Tuesday that kind of feels like a Monday. Good morning, Sunseekers. Taste It Tuesday. Oh, look at this beach in Greece. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get into some fun and some food and some mayhem.
Good morning, Sunseekers. 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 Good morning, sun. Good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Oh, oh. Good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Oh, good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun. Good morning, sun seekers. Good morning, sun seekers.
Oh, the Rhodos Palladium in Greece. Beautiful beachfront resort there. Pass me a hero, gyro. Good morning, sun seekers. Bit of a cool, wet weekend. This is a good forecast, a needed forecast for firefighting. Again, from the good news category, folks on the eastern side of the province look to be getting back into their homes after evacuations took place late last week. So this is good. The cool air mixed with the rain is good news for fighting fires, but not really that awesome for those that love the warmer temperatures. We've got rain in the forecast for us today, high of 6 degrees, cloudy on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be our nicest day of the week this week. Here's a look at your forecast up to and including Sunday. We will get some Sunday sunshine. Not all that warm, though. High of 20 and 17 on Thursday. Again, will be our nicest day of the week because then we've got some rain showers sandwiched in there to continue to sop and soak the area with moisture. So, yes, indeed. All right, back into the beach bunker. Here we go. Let's see, what else is the big story today? We talked about the Jets and Scheifele. The Jets season now behind us. We're all on the Oilers bandwagon. Now we move to the other big story, and that story is your mail. That's it. Mail is done. As of Friday, Canada Post will be on strike again. Do you remember the last time we talked about this? It was Christmas time. There was snow on the ground. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Hey, U.S. Thanksgiving had just passed. Donald Trump was just elected the U.S. president. Joe Biden was still in the White House, wandering around aimlessly. And Canada Post was on strike. And we figured they would get this thing fixed before Christmas, remember? And then the Christmas rush came and there was still no deal. And it wasn't until a couple weeks before Christmas they said, look, you got to go back to work. We're going to ask you to go. We're going to give you a raise and send you back to work on the condition that we get a new deal done by May of next year. And that's what they call kicking the can down the road. Seemed like so far off at that time. We were so worried about the new iPhone and getting those packages in the mail and being able to afford the turkey dinner and just getting into Christmas, getting into the break that we didn't really care. It's like, May, fine. We'll deal with it in May. May is so far away. And now look where we are. Look at where we're in May. And there's still no deal. 55,000 postal workers are set to strike. And I read last week that there is a real possibility that when this thing comes to a head, this could be the end of door-to-door delivery service, with the exception being businesses. Canada Post, can you imagine Canada Post being a business-only service? I don't know how that would work with parcels and stuff like that. I don't really know how logistics work with things like buying stuff online. I really don't know who brings me my stuff. All I know is that if I get some kind of check somehow, the paycheck is generally coming through the mail. It is generally coming through the mail. And I kind of like getting paid, but getting paid is kind of a nice thing. I don't know if you get any checks by mail. I'm being told that the government checks will continue, as well as live animal delivery, which I did not know was a thing, that you could send a cow through the mail. What else? What other animals are we like? Pets and stuff? I don't know. Koenig Stowe is here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Carrie Baraniuk on Facebook. Blessed Mama says, I get paid by checks too. So this is going to cause a bit of a disruption. I would say that that's half of my pay. Half will do e-transfer, PayPal, stuff like that. My studio would be 75% check, 25% electronic, because it's mostly in the U.S. And while a lot of them are on the cutting edge of technology, there's still some that say, you know what, the check is in the mail. Okay, that's just fine. I'll get a check, and that's Bob's your uncle. Who cares? It'll get here eventually, which is kind of how that happened in the fall time. In fact, I had one studio client that the paycheck was written for November the 15th, I believe, and it was Valentine's Day, I think, before I got it. So it was like, ooh, yeah, you do get it eventually, but wow, that's quite a wait. The work stoppage will affect millions of residents and businesses who typically receive more than 2 billion letters and 300 million parcels a year. A 32-day strike during peak shipping season ahead of the holiday season last November and December left millions of letters and parcels in limbo and a massive backlog. And it looks as if we're going to see part 2 of this little event. Canada Post is facing an existential crisis. They are losing $845 million a year. Like no other business on earth, would be able to sustain that kind of headwind. Losing $845 million, that's just insane. It's very much like other government entities, CBC, that are in the public interest. We all say we'd like it, but that doesn't match up with the reality of a commercial society where it takes money. I often say this to the anger of friends and family members. Money makes the world go round. I'm not saying money is the most important thing in life. I'm not saying money is the center of the universe. I'm just saying that money is the oil in the engine of life that keeps the whole thing going, because you need money to get the food. You need money to put the roof over your head. Money is kind of important. And I know post-COVID, we've all done this, it's a kumbaya and money doesn't matter. That's not true. Money does matter. It matters a lot. Shouldn't be the center of everything, but if you can't make a profit, even just a few dollars, you're in trouble. On Friday, a federal commission report said that it is time to phase out daily door-to-door letter mail delivery for individual residents while maintaining it for businesses. So, bless you, Mom, I'm not sure what that would mean for you and I, because we're getting checks in the mail and we're home-based businesses. I guess we'd have to register or something like that so that they could bring checks, I guess. And then for everybody else, Christmas cards really are a thing of the past. That would be the end of it. That would be the end of pen pals. That would be the end of sending something from one person to another person in this country. That would be one of those things like the Blockbuster video, a thing of the past. How are you feeling about this? Are you worried about it? Does it affect you? Should we just shut Canada Post down? Has it had its day? Molly says, the hell. Yeah, isn't that something? Imagine the U.S. Postal Service just kerplunk, gone, bye, done. And Elon and DT have gone after a lot of things, but you can still get a letter in the mail. We are in deep caca up here. Deep. I want my Sears catalog. Just bring me my Sears catalog. Oh, wait a second. They don't make those anymore? Ah, crap. They don't make any Sears catalogs anymore. Debbie says, door to door, or is it everyone going to be introduced to community mailboxes? That's an excellent question, actually. Let me read on here. Now the report says the recommendation. Listen to this. This is sad, and I mean I know technology advances, and we have to say goodbye to everything eventually. But my recommendations are based on the conclusion that there is no way to preserve Canada Post as a vital institution. We have to arrest and reserve the growing financial losses by putting into place the necessary structural changes. In other words, they got to Red Lobster this puppy. See, if this was a private business like Red Lobster, they say, look, we got to close this puppy down. Everyone's jobs are on the line. We have to restructure. But it's kind of hard to do that when you've got the Postal Service is kind of an essential service for so many businesses and even government agencies. I mean, they rely on the mail, so it's kind of hard to say, okay, we're going to pause the mail for a month. We're going to restructure, and when we come back, we'll be better than ever. Nope. The plane is in the air at all times. Which is why a work stoppage would be so bad. Molly says, I heard they want to get rid of rural mail delivery in the USA and make you go pick it up at the post office. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hello, 1985. Does anyone remember in this country the last time they brought mail out to, like, rural delivery? Did we ever have that? The country's just way too big. Did Canada ever have? Because my wife grew up on a farm. They had to go, oh, my God. We did have it at one time. Wow. At one time, once upon a time, boys and girls in Canada, just like they do today in the U.S., they had rural mailboxes placed along roads, similar to the U.S. system. They were known as rural routes. Canada Post has faced criticism for cutting rural service and consolidating routes, but rural service is still available where roads and homes are accessible. So Canada does still have it, but it is limited in its availability. I didn't know that was a thing. But so Molly, fast forward, I live in a town of like 50,000 people, 60,000, and they make me walk to the mailbox. They call them super mailboxes. They put these in the cities so that you walk down to it's not the end of the world. Actually, I've grown to like them. I know when they first came out, we're like, oh, seriously? We have to kind of walk to the end of our street now to get the mail? This sucks. I like when they just, did it like when the Amazon comes and ring the doorbell and there's your mail. So instead, at the end of my street, this isn't the one, but they all look like this. And everybody's house is numbered on this thing. And then, your mail comes this way. And even your Amazon stuff will come in these, the bigger ones at the bottom. You can see them there. And so what happens is in your mailbox, you'll get a key. And then you get the key that unlocks the bigger mailbox. Then you take that key and mail it back to Canada Post. Say, thank you. Get your parcel and you're on your way. So in my neighborhood, I've never had door-to-door delivery. We moved in 2010. And they've always had the super mailboxes. So I haven't had mail delivery in, how many years is that? 15 years. Door to door. But that's what a community mailbox looks like. No more mailing Christmas cards, says Pebbles. Oh, yeah. Christmas cards. And we didn't this year because of the strike. We just thought they weren't going to get there, so we didn't bother. And it was sad because we would have had Dizzy on the card, but no, it was not to be. It was not to be. And obviously we're thinking of those who are impacted by this, people who have had jobs for, months, years. Some have had their entire careers at Canada Post. And this could be a very, very stressful week. This is some serious stuff going on now. This is very serious. Blessed Mama says it's sad, but with that much loss it's hard to keep moving forward. How can you do it? Debbie says benefits differ for those doing house drops compared to those receiving at community mailboxes. Bernice says, I love door-to-door delivery when we've gotten to know our mailman. I would miss that. Oh, man. Knowing the mailman. I think I met it's a male woman, actually, and I didn't know that until I got my passport renewed. And it, too, was backlogged and delayed, and because of that, they had to ensure that the delivery was right face-to-face. You signed for it, and it was ding-dong. I'm like, oh, hello, who are you? Oh, you're wearing a Canada Post? Are you my postal lady? It is so nice to meet you because of those super mailboxes. Never get to see her. Saw her once, though. So anyway, that is coming, and it's got people concerned, and we'll obviously update you, but we won't have to talk much more about that until Friday when the big day arrives, unless they reach an agreement. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that some kind of restructuring or some kind of labor agreement can be reached so we can avoid all that stuff. Hey, at Co-ops of Westman, it's Taste It Tuesday, and today we are going to do ribs. Oh, beautiful, delicious ribs. Co-ops of Westman has a stellar selection of everything you could possibly want for your barbecue, like maple whiskey ribs. These are rock and rollin', ready to go. We're going to taste them out. We're going to test them out just after 8 o'clock. And the seasoned Greek style as well. These come already prepared. You're going to look like you're a rib master. Because you start the grill, you get it smoking, not too hot, just get the grill smoking so there's lots of smoke. What I like to do is turn it up on high, get it burning, and then turn it down low. Sometimes even turn it off because there's lots of heat in there. Then you throw these puppies on the grill. They're already cooked. They are pre-cooked. And the way they do them is cooked to perfection. So you look like you're a rib expert, that you know what you're doing with Co-op Gold Greek style and maple whiskey barbecue sauce ribs. Not to mention a huge assortment. Oh, there's Dizzy, old birthday picture. Oh, sweetheart. Not to mention a huge selection of meats. On the top there, I lined them up. All their ready-to-go meats, from beef, pot roast to pulled pork, the beef barbacoa, and pork cartita, all ready for a quick and easy meal for your family on the run. You drop it on a nacho or tortilla, and you are ready to rock and roll. And again, any of these things, they're pre-cooked and done to perfection. So yes, you could even put it in the dreaded microwave if you wanted to. But it's always the best on the grill. We'll taste them just after 8. Co-ops of Westman, you're at home here with your local co-ops where money is reinvested right back into the community. Instead of supporting billionaires, you're supporting your local community when you shop at Co-op. Heritage, Pembina, Twin Valley, Valley View, Boundary, and Hamiota Co-op. At Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, Westman's #1 EV dealership, was thinking all those cars coming down number 10 highway from Clear Lake this past weekend. Had a beautiful resting, relaxation, getting the cabin open, ready for the summer now. What was the gas bill like? What was the transportation bill like? If you've got an EV, I'll tell you, you can just pass on by the gas station. Lower fuel costs, tax incentives, lower maintenance, no oil changes, fewer parts, means fewer headaches. So if you're making the switch to an EV, make it Westman's #1 EV dealership, Murray GM in Brandon at 1500 Richmond Avenue. And our friends at Auto Fashion, should you get hit with hail, please remember the name Auto Fashion. They'll take care of you, paintless dent repair, if you've got an MPI policy or an SGI policy. Yes, becomes rather interesting around football season, which apparently is just days away now, because they've got Saskatchewan fans and Bomber fans, and they treat them both with love, because it's all about the dents. The paintless dent repair at Auto Fashion. Window tinting, interior and exterior detailing, ceramic coating, paint protection, and more. Visit their website at autofashion.ca or visit them at 255 17th Street North behind Best West Pet Foods and Lee's Buffet. Yes, the unofficial start to summer is May long weekend. Now, our Manitoba Summer Fair is coming up fast. Actually, would you believe 2 weeks from tomorrow? Can you believe that? 2 weeks from tomorrow is the Manitoba Summer Fair. Can we get some summer first? Is there any plans for summer? And one of the biggest summer festivals is the Calgary Stampede. Have you ever been? I have been in town when the Stampede's been on, but I have not physically been at the Calgary Stampede. I hear it is amazing. I hear it's tremendous. People come from all over the world to what could be the biggest fair in the country. One of the biggest, certainly. Oh, Carrie got her hail damage all done. That's nice. Like it never even happened. Thanks, Carrie. Debbie says, I love Co-op Gold Ribs. And Pebbles is counting down to grad day. Oh, we'll be into grad season so soon. Oh, not just for Pebbles, but for everybody. Yeah, grad season is going to be pretty amazing. So here's some of the Stampede food. I wonder if we'll see some of this food at our local fair. Let me know if you've tried this, if you would love to try it, if you think it's gross. First up, crafted by Burgers and Wurst, this is the Skittle Dog. I would take a hard pass. Now, the bun looks okay, looks acceptable. The wiener looks okay as well. But I don't think I'm into sweet treats on my hot dog. Although we do things like relish, you know. That's pretty common. I don't think I'm going to do the Skittles. No. Tracy Rogers says yuck. I'm more of a mustard guy. Mopane worm poutine. Now, at first, you say to yourself, I'm up for poutine anytime. This is a Canadian staple. French fries, gravy, cheese. Except this version features crispy, protein-rich Mopane worms mixed with the creamy cheese curds, all smothered in a beautiful gravy. There's something weird about this poutine. I can't put my finger on it. It's like gummies are in here. Wait a second. There's worms in it. Oh, but you know how many Instagram followers you get? How many likes you'd get on the social media? I'm eating worms. Followed by a post 2 weeks later. Just got back from the doctor. I have worms. To which everyone would be like, you're an idiot. Stampede Bayo inspired a traditional Hawaiian snack filled with Spam, juicy garlic shrimp, sweet pineapple, fresh cucumbers, seaweed drizzled with teriyaki sauce. This kind of looks like a mess to me, and a reason to use Spam with shrimp. I don't get this at all. This is way out there. Pineapple and shrimp? Yes. Spam? No, thank you. This is smoked pork tongue. Looking for something delightful at the Stampede? Maybe some smoked pork tongue. I don't know. It's something about I just don't like. None of this is good. There is okay, I think we found a winner. The tzatziki twisted pickle. Ooh! It's called the Freaky Tzatziki from Twisted Pickles. They take crisp, battered pickle meets cool, creamy punch of tzatziki, and it's deep fried. Okay, so of all this, I think this is the good one. Twisted pickle, Freaky Tzatziki. I like it. Now we've got all the Sunseekers in. Okay, we're into this. I think we're all kind of in agreement. We'll leave the spam for Quentin, and we'll take the twisted pickle. And if you spend some time in the beer garden, you get a twisted pickle, all right. You'll be one twisted pickle. What is this? Jalapeno ice cream? This is a cowboy candy mango soft serve. Summerlin soft serve has created a creamy mango meets zesty pepper topped with candied jalapenos to give it a sweet kick. I might try that. I might try it. I think it would work. Crocodile Aid buckets. Take a step into the swamp. It's a large sweet tea mojito lemonade filled with bobo pearls, chewy frogs, and worms, served in a clear bucket topped with a giant alligator. That's a neat idea. All fictitious animals and worms. Not like the poutine that had real worms. This is gummy worms. And if that's got alcohol in it, I'd be a good bar drink. That's a winner there. Ooh. The ramen burrito. They've made a burrito out of ramen noodles, cheese, and chicken. Oh, Cindy, they got a ramen there. Oh, and they even put a little bit of veggies to try and make it healthy. I'd try this. Okay, I'm up for this one. Maybe we can get some of these at our fair. That looks pretty damn good. Oh, deep-fried pickled Oreos. Okay, I've had deep-fried Oreos. They are friggin' amazing. Pickles, I think I'll take a pass. Nashville hot chicken on mac and cheese. Ooh, that looks good. I would try one of those. The lobster tornado roll. Deep fried cinnamon buns. Oh, man. Whenever you've got deep fried, you're good. Deep fried Oreos minus the pickle would be good. Deep fried cinnamon buns look good. This is a pulled pork sandwich done a different way. The spam. What is with the spam and pineapple? Spam and pineapple. I don't know about that. Oh, this is the Stampede Princess, Brianna, enjoying one of those Skittles hot dogs. I think we're going to pass on that. I think the ramen one looks pretty good. The ramen burrito. That is hardly good for you, but I guess when you're talking about fair food and stuff that's deep fried, I think this could be the winner there, along with those pickles. And nice drink here. Not sure if there's booze in there. Takir's he's got some kind of weird virus on his phone. It's speaking a different language. Something about Marty, bonjour, molly es bon. Not sure what that even means, but I think it means Mardi Gras is here. Happy times, happy Tuesday. We have to roll over to Twitch exclusively. Okay, you can lurk in. We got to get Bernice's stuff all fixed out so she can comment again. Sorry about that, Bernice. We'll hopefully get that all looked after. We're going to move over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. We do have to say goodbye to our friends on the other social media platforms. You can lurk in at tylerglenshow.com, or you can get the audio version of the show at 1 o'clock Central Time each and every weekday. You guys have a great Tuesday. We're going to test some ribs, some Co-op Gold ribs coming up. Thank you, YouTube.